What's up, everybody? My name is Kenneth, and I am a foreigner living in the Philippines, here today to react and learn to why everybody hates the Philippines. This video took me by surprise when I saw it on my YouTube recommended. I was not aware that everybody hates the Philippines, so I got kind of clickbaited into watching this video, and I thought it would be interesting if I react to it and watch it with you guys. So that's what I thought we would do today. It's by a pretty new channel called Rice Degree. It's only got 6,800 subs, but this video has got very many views. So I'm guessing it's a good video. Hopefully it's not a hate video on the Philippines. I hope it's more complicated than that. But yeah, guys, let's just get right into the video and check it out. Let's go.
The Philippines might be the most successful failed state in history. Dysfunctional government, massive poverty, and
Most successful failed state in history, huh? Interesting.
constant disasters. Yet somehow they've infiltrated every major economy in Asia. And that paradox, that's exactly why their neighbors can't stand them.
What does he mean by infiltrated every economy? Is he talking about like Filipino people living everywhere? Because that's if that's what he's meaning, then that's true for sure. Like no matter what country you go to, you see Filipino people everywhere. So they're definitely everywhere.
Welcome to Rice University, where we teach things they don't teach at Harvard, like why your Filipino nurse might secretly resent your Korean doctor, or how a birthday party almost triggered a diplomatic crisis that would make the Cold War look like a mild disagreement about pizza toppings. Today's lesson examines why the
What?
Philippines became
That happened? I hope he talks about that.
Southeast Asia's favorite scapegoat. But here's what makes this fascinating. The hatred isn't actually about the Philippines. It's about something much more fundamental to how nations deal with their own failures. So grab your notebooks because class is in session.
Whoa, okay. Interesting. I have no idea what this video is going to be about actually. It seems very random to me. Part 1, the Manila hostage crisis. I have not heard about this. It sounds interesting.
Let's start with the incident that gave critics all the ammunition they ever needed. August 23, 2010, Manila. A dismissed police officer hijacked a tourist bus with 20 tourists aboard. He wanted his job back, which sounds like a simple demand, but his method was about as well thought out as bringing a gun to a pillow fight. Except somehow he still lost. The rescue attempt was a masterclass in everything not to do.
What?
Police tried breaking windows with
This is super interesting. I've not heard about this. Scary.
hammers but bounced off like they were made of rubber. SWAT teams moved with all the coordination of a drunk spider trying to tap dance. Media cameras broadcast tactical positions live, basically giving the hijacker a free live stream of their plans, like some twisted Twitch stream nobody asked for.
What?
8 Hong Kong tourists died that day. 8 people
Wow. 8 tourists actually died. And the media showed the police positions. How come the police didn't tell them they can't do that? I hope people got in trouble for that.
who just wanted to see Manila, but got front row seats to the worst rescue operation since someone tried to save a cat from a tree using a chainsaw.
Back in Hong Kong, people were angry. Dozens turned out to protest at the Philippine consulate, chanting they strongly condemn the government there for being careless about human life.
Hong Kong's
Wow.
reaction was swift and brutal. A black travel warning was issued, Philippine flags burned in the streets, and diplomatic
Wow.
relations froze solid. This wound still hasn't healed 15 years later. Every Southeast Asian nation watched that failure in high definition.
Wow, I've never heard about this. And it's not that long ago. Interesting. Wow, I mean, that's so inappropriate. Yeah, they're making it like it's some dramatic TV show and it's all like acting, like it's a movie. When this is like real life, real people. It's really messed up, man. What? What?
One tragedy became the
speechless.
lens through which every Filipino action would be viewed, like judging all of Italy based on one really bad pizza you had at an airport with pineapple. But
Right.
if that incident lit the match, online gaming poured gasoline on the fire. The Manila
GG report the Philippines. What's
incident
that?
gave critics ammunition. but online hatred spreads like gossip in a Filipino household. Boot up any Southeast Asian game server, type PH in chat, and watch the mass exodus. Players vanish so fast, you think you announced a pop quiz. Filipino gamers use witness protection levels of identity concealment just to play Mobile Legends without getting cyberbullied.
Is this true?
By a 12-year-old from Jakarta. They're changing usernames, picking locations, all to avoid the scarlet letters P and H. But gaming discrimination is kindergarten stuff compared to real-world violence.
How does that work? Like, if the other players see that you're in the Philippines, I don't know how they would do that. There's like a tag or something, and if they see that, they just leave the match or kick you from the party or whatever. Why would they do that? Like, what's the reason? He hasn't explained that yet.
2019 Kuwait. Jenelim Villa.
Wait, what? Is that the same point? Okay, I think it is. It's gonna explain now.
A Filipino domestic worker was murdered and stuffed in a freezer. 2018, also
What?
Kuwait. Joanna Domaphilis found in a freezer after being missing for a year. At this point, Kuwait's relationship with Filipino workers makes toxic relationships look healthy.
The total ban on sending OFWs to Kuwait is still on.
The Philippines had to ban deployment to Kuwait. A government literally telling its citizens, please don't go there, they might kill you and store you with the frozen vegetables. Yet the narrative isn't about employer nations having the moral compass of a broken GPS. It's about Filipino desperation. Let's talk about why this happens, because it reveals everything about regional power dynamics.
Okay, so he's making a new point now. I want to take it back to the video game thing. He didn't explain why that happens. Is it because Filipinos have like bad internet and they kind of like get booted off the game because of that, and then because of that people don't want them as their teammates because it's like unreliable? Like I don't understand that. Maybe you have to be from Southeast Asia to understand that. I don't get it. But yeah, let's see this, because I know a lot of Filipinos go abroad to work in UAE and Dubai and Kuwait. I've heard about this.
2.2 million Filipinos work overseas. Their human export is generating $33 billion annually, the Philippines' largest economic driver. They're running a subscription service called Filipinos Plus, and every country in Asia has a premium membership while pretending they're on the free trial. Singapore's medical system would collapse without Filipino nurses. Dubai's service industry runs on Filipino labor.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of Filipino nurses. I didn't know that almost all of them in Singapore was, but I know there's a lot of Filipino nurses in general. That's probably true.
Hong Kong's economy depends on Filipino domestic workers freeing up local workforce. These aren't just workers, they're the backbone of these economies. The hypocrisy is staggering. Singapore restricts Filipino culture, while their hospitals would shut down without Filipino staff. It's ordering Uber Eats.
But how does Singapore restrict Filipino culture exactly? Is it illegal in Singapore to like eat adobo? Like I don't get that.
Then making the driver leave it outside because you don't want to see them. Malaysia complains about Filipino communities forming, which is like hiring someone, then getting mad when they exist outside work hours. These nations build economic models requiring imported labor, then blame the laborers for existing. Create massive demand for workers, resent the supply. But nothing captures this dynamic better than the pettiest international incident since someone invented borders. 2014. Filipinos in Singapore wanted to celebrate Independence Day on Orchard Road. Singapore shut it down with the efficiency of an auntie claiming a seat on.
So this is what it means. So they just want to celebrate the Independence Day of the Philippines, and Singapore did not allow that. Weird.
The MRT. The celebration got pushed to a sports hub, hidden away like an embarrassing cousin at family events. The message was crystal clear. Work here, serve us, but keep your culture invisible. Singapore's entire identity revolves around being exceptional and organized, like that friend who color codes.
Isn't Singapore though like a mix of many cultures anyway? Isn't it like Malaysians and Chinese mostly, and then there's a bunch of foreigners? Like, why would Filipino culture also being there be a problem? Like, you can have a mix of all these other groups, but if you add Filipino to it, then that's a bad thing. That's very strange.
Bookshelf and judges you for not doing the same. Their country is smaller than most major cities. When foreign populations celebrate openly, it triggers existential anxiety, usually reserved for midlife crises. The online backlash revealed something deeper. Singaporeans flooded social media with complaints about Filipinos getting too comfortable. Some demanded fewer Filipino workers. The subtext, "We need you, but wish we didn't." This wasn't about one party.
So the title is actually like correct in a sense. Like I didn't know any about this like Southeast Asia politics and stuff. But it seems like from what I'm seeing in this video at least, a lot of the neighboring countries, the people there don't have a favorable opinion of the Philippines or the workers at least that are living there, which is very strange because like he's saying, they kind of need them. I wonder how that happens. It can't all, surely it's not all from the bus incident. I mean, but that's the only like reason is given. Like, why is it like this? I don't understand.
This was about power, visibility, and whose culture gets to matter in public spaces. But here's where the story flips completely. The same countries supposedly hating the Philippines can't stay away. Korean variety shows film there constantly. Running Man visits the Philippines more often than your friend who found themselves in Bali posts about it. Japanese tourists treat Philippine beaches like mandatory pilgrimage sites for anyone who owns a camera.
But do Japanese or Koreans have like a bad opinion of the Philippines? I don't think so. I've learned in other videos that Korea and the Philippines are like really good friends, at least those two countries. So I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Chinese citizens ignore South China Sea tensions to buy Philippine real estate at rates that would make property agents weep with joy. Malaysian companies desperately recruit Filipino engineers. Indonesian hospitals compete for Filipino nurses like kids fighting over the last piece of candy. The disconnect is staggering.
Also, why is there so many Filipino nurses? Is it just a very large percent of Filipinos want to become nurses? Or is there a lot of really good medical universities in the Philippines? What did the Philippines do to create this many nurses? Is it just a high population also? But in that case, wouldn't there be like Chinese nurses instead? I wonder why.
Online hatred versus real-world demand. It's the same as giving a restaurant 1 star on Yelp while eating there every week. Social media algorithms amplify negativity because controversy drives engagement. Normal interactions don't go viral. Filipino destroys Thai player gets millions of views. Filipino and Thai have pleasant conversation gets 3 likes from someone's mom. Or what do you think of why nobody likes the Philippines? Most Southeast Asians don't think about the Philippines enough to hate it. They're dealing with their own problems, like traffic jams that last longer than most relationships.
You son of a cabbage farmer!
So what's really driving these tensions? This is where it gets uncomfortable.
Okay, great. I thought he was going to ignore this, but now he's actually going to tell us what is causing this, because I have no idea.
Every criticism of the Philippines reveals the critic's insecurities. Singapore's panic about Filipino workers stems from their demographic crisis. They need foreign labor to survive, but admitting that shatters their self-sufficiency myth. They're that person, claiming independence while using their parents' Netflix password. Malaysia loses talent to brain drain because discriminatory policies pushed minorities out. Filipino workers fill those gaps. Acknowledging this means admitting policy failure on a national scale. Indonesia spent decades.
Okay, so I get why they need the workers. He's explaining like why they need them. And why do they hate them? I hope he could get to that point.
Flip-flopping on English education, while the Philippines maintained American standards. Thailand's entertainment industry relies on Filipino talent they'll never credit. Vietnam competes for the same economic niche, turning potential allies into rivals. The Philippines becomes everyone's scapegoat. When your policies fail, blame the Filipinos. When your economy needs help, hire Filipinos, but you should complain about it. It's projection on a regional scale, avoiding mirrors
really
like
strange. Is it just projection? Is that why? There's no good reason why they dislike Filipinos in those countries? Just projection? Is that it? I don't know if this is true, because I don't know. Someone's misinforming me, because I've learned in other videos, like in geography now, that the Philippines and Korea and also Philippines and Malaysia are really good friends. I don't get this.
Vampires avoiding garlic. But while everyone's distracted by manufactured drama, something unexpected is happening. The Philippines executes soft power through human exports, not government programs or cultural initiatives, just people. Millions of them change perceptions one interaction at a time. Filipino healthcare workers saved lives during COVID across the globe. 25% of foreign nurses in America are Filipino. That's generations of families with personal connections to Filipino caregivers. Try hating a
25% of all the nurses in the United States, which is a massive country. Millions of people. Very interesting. So many Filipino nurses. I wonder why.
country that kept grandma alive during the pandemic. Every Hong Kong family with a Filipino helper who became a family. Every Malaysian student was taught by a Filipino teacher who cared. Every Singaporean patient whose Filipino nurse remembered their name when doctors treated them like case numbers. These personal connections override political narratives. The Philippines plays the long game. While others build walls, Filipinos build bridges. While others protect culture through isolation, Filipinos spread theirs through integration. It's cultural infiltration through kindness, and it's working. So why do some
that's
Asian
a great
countries
way of putting it. Cultural integration through kindness. It's a really interesting perspective.
look down on the Philippines? Simple. It's easier than examining their own failures. The Philippines represents everything that shouldn't work, but does. For example, chaos-beating organization, joy despite their poverty, and success, despite centuries of colonization. The Philippines refused the Asian development playbook. Choose messy democracy over efficient authoritarianism. Picked adaptability over rigidity. And that terrifies countries that chose differently. Because what if they chose wrong? While critics craft superiority narratives, Filipinos keep building global lives despite obstacles that would break most nations.
Global mapping of overseas Filipinos. Yeah, just hundreds of thousands of them. Doesn't say Spain. I was in Spain and all the shop owners there, when I was on vacation there, they were like all Filipino. They all spoke Filipino, Tagalog. So yeah, very interesting.
The hatred isn't about the Philippines. It's about what the Philippines proves. That there's more than one way to succeed. That formal structures aren't everything. That sometimes beautiful chaos beats organized emptiness.
There you go. And the video ends like that. That was a really good video actually. Learned a lot, got a lot of questions still. So if you would like to fill me in, then please let me know in the comments. But I'm going to give this a like though. You should check out this guy's channel, Rise Degree. It's a really good video and I think this guy will make a lot of good videos in the future based on this video. So guys, if you have any other videos you want me to react to, then let me know in the comments and I'll check it out. And if I end up reacting to it, then I'll give you credit. And so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, you should like and subscribe. I make daily videos like this, reacting to the Philippines, learning about culture and history and everything else. So yeah, if you like that type of stuff, you should subscribe for more. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.